Hey guys, Molden here, and today I'm gonna make a video about a new farming spec that I've been using in the last days. It's basically an MP10 Barb farming that focuses on rend damage and killing white mobs. Now the spec works with corn, but more on that later. First some numbers. I've been playing with the spec since 6 hours so far, and in those 6 hours of testing I gained 36 legendaries, which is actually a rate of 6 legendaries per hour. Pretty impressive. Now I didn't come up with this spec myself. I think it was a guy named Chessers who introduced the spec a couple of weeks ago on Reddit, but after losing the last competitions, some people recommended it to me. I tried it out and it's really good. It requires decent gear, but you don't need to be high-end geared because you skip elites. But I'm gonna explain the spec and do a run with it later on. But yeah, as I said, right now I'm still not perfect with using the spec. I'm still like kind of learning it, trying to use it efficiently, and we'll see how it takes me. And maybe in the future I can maybe refine it a bit and make it even better than it is right now. But yeah, let's go in game to show you what I'm talking about. And yeah, so here we have a Barb. I'm playing, as I said before, with a Scorn here, and that's basically the build. Now let me go quickly through the build. It's basically has to do with the normal Whirlwind build. You still have Whirlwind for the movement with Hurricane, a constant Wrath Berserk with Battle Rage to support it with the Fury gain. Then you use Sprint, Run Like the Wind, also in the Whirlwind build. But what changed is you don't need to use Warcry with this. Instead you use Overpower Killing Spree to really get your crit chance up. Now if you play PvP, you know how devastating a crit trend is. Maybe you have felt it already on you. A crit trend from a top geared Barb is nothing to laugh about, and I actually with Overpower and Wrath Berserk am able to get my crit chance to 82%, which means that most of my rends are crit rends. And this is the main skill of this build, rend with Ravage to extend it. You could also play with other runes, but I really think that Ravage is the best in the Keep the Soul too, because then you can even hit mobs even if they're slightly far away. Now the passives are also important, Weapon Master and Ruthless for the crit chance, which is really important as I said before, and Brawler is also really good. I didn't use this first, but after some testing it's really good. You don't need more than 3% lifesteal. So what you do is, for example, if you use a Witching Hour, you just replace it with an Immortal King's belt for the lifesteal, and then use Brawler for the 30% additional damage. Okay, that's pretty much it. My standard gear. The main stats of this build. Now, most of the buffs before used to really go for attack speed because it scales really well with Run Like the Wind and also Hem of the Ancients. But with this build, attack speed is really not that important. You should have a few pieces with it, just so you can keep your Wrath Berserk up constantly and always get enough Fury. But other than that, it really comes down to maximizing your strength, crit chance, crit damage, and average damage, and of course also weapon damage, which comes from a Scorn. So a Scorn with attack speed, what some people are buying because of the high DPS that it shows, is actually not that good, because that DPS comes from the attack speed, but with this spec you're rending a lot and you just really wanna hit like a truck with the rends. Okay, so let's show this in action. And as I said before, we're gonna run the Keep Depths level 2 over and over again. Now first we need to get the build rolling, need to get our Battle Rage. It can be a bit hard to get the first Fury to use it. I just spam Battle Rage, and whenever I got enough Fury I can use it. Then I need a bit more Fury for Sprint. And now it's up. So now I just need a bit more Fury for Thrive on Chaos, and then everything is going as it should. There we go. Okay, so I rent this pack and I keep moving. They're all gonna die off screen. That's pretty much how it works. Because you can see the star on the map if something dies, you don't really need to spend a lot of time to kill the mobs. You just rent them once and then keep going. Try to place tornadoes around. It also depends on the type of mobs. For example, Skull Cleavers need a bit more attention, but those normal skeleton archers, one rend is really enough for them, as you can see here. And yeah, pretty simple stuff. You just rend stuff, keep going. Elite packs we're gonna skip, as I said before. They are not worth killing. unless in really rare circumstances, so I'm gonna skip them here. Can be annoying, of course, because of the Waller. This one is actually really annoying, slowing me down. And there we go. It's also useful, for example, if you, when you begin to enter the keep this level 2, you check where the exit is, because then you can really maximize your route here. We're lucky enough to get a fleeting shrine to make this even faster. And yeah, as I saw before, the exit is in that northern corner, so I'm gonna head there soon. And what I also do at the end of each run, I'm just opening the map to see if maybe I missed something off screen. It usually doesn't happen because the minimap is pretty large, so you really don't miss that many legendaries. Also important is that you always, before you rend, you have your overpower up, because that 10% crit chance really helps. Okay, just gonna finish the run. Usually one run takes around 4 minutes with my gear. Maybe Barbs can do it faster. I'm still kind of learning this build. I'm getting used to it, but I have already been able to see the potential of it. Now some runs I've already got 4 legendaries in one single run. It's like 4 legendaries in 4 minutes. One reason why this run works so well now is, a couple of weeks ago I made a video about the bonus drop chance on MP10, which is 100%, but before the patch 1.017 you needed to get at least 2 or 3 Nephalem Valor stacks before the bonus drop would be able to drop. So with patch 1.017 they fixed that, and now killing the white mobs right away is really effective. Okay, so I'm done with one run here. Then you just log out. Even if you reach a dead end, you can just log out and repeat the step. Press resume game. The quest that I'm on is kill Gom. And there we go again. Keep this level 2. The waypoint brings him right to it. I check where the exit is. Get my first fury for battle rage. Start sprinting to get more fury. Once I have enough I use Wrath of Berserk. And now I'm gonna start with Rend. Pretty simple stuff. Very effective. I mean, if I get 6 legendaries per hour with this, it's actually 1 legendary every 10 minutes on average. Now of course they don't come every 10 minutes, but for example sometimes you get 3 in 5 minutes and sometimes you still don't get 1 for 30 minutes. Overall I think this method is definitely better than what I've been using before, which was just normal Arcasa runs on MP5. The MP10, I don't know, for me it's a lot of fun. There's a higher chance for crazy things, for example a double or even triple drop. And yeah, maybe you wanna try out this route, see how it takes you. Obviously there are also some downsides to it. For example, because you don't kill elites, you don't find that many demonic essences. So this route isn't perfect, but I really consider it to use it for my next legendary competitions. See how I can compete with the others then. And yeah, really enjoying it so far. Maybe as a way to refine it and make it even better. Until then, if you really want legendaries and have the gear for this, just go for it. What I want to test in the next few days is, first I want to test 2 one-handers versus Korn, because with Rend, the reason why this only works with Korn is because Rend scales much better with Korn than with 2 one-handers. And what I also want to test is how this works with a budget build. For example, what gear do you need for that? I mean, you skip elites, so you only need gear to kill trash mobs. Even on MP10 the trash mobs aren't really, what should I say, that hard. The only thing you have to look out are those exploding mobs. I mean, for me it seems easy right now and I'm playing pretty aggressive, but that also has to do because with this gear that I'm using right now, I have 100,000 HP, which is definitely overkill. I'm pretty sure you can do the same with half of my HP. And yeah, I hope some of you guys can also test this route, see how it is for you, get used to it. It takes a couple of runs to get used to it and like leave that whirlwind mindset to just like whirlwind down all mobs, because you have to consider, okay, the mobs are gonna die if the rend is a crit rend and if you have enough DPS off screen. Sometimes if a legendary drops, you have to go a bit back, but that's usually worth it to get it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Next video is probably gonna be some testing about certain things. And yeah, see you then. I'll be back.